Hello and welcome to the Ken Vercammen Law Office Legal Podcast. This week we're talking about the New Jersey inheritance tax return. So logistically in New Jersey, there's a New Jersey inheritance tax now. You still got to file the return even if there's no inheritance tax due. So for certain people receiving assets such as spouse, children, grandchildren, parents, there's no inheritance tax that's due, but you have to obtain tax waivers. So what's some of the information that the attorney needs to obtain from the client to fill out the form? Well, okay, we have to put down name and address of the executor, the date of death. Typically, we add the email address of when we send it in the attorney and for the person. Date of the will, when it was letters testamentary, name and address of the executor, the county where the person resided when they passed away. So it's not what hospital, the town they might have passed away in or count. It's where they were residing. Typically, a driver's license. We need to put down the person who passed away, the last four of their social, their date of birth, what county surrogate issued papers. So, what are some of the assets to list? And it's only New Jersey assets. Real estate. There's a question on closely held businesses, and that's like pizza shops or stuff where the inheritance division knows it's a cash business and they're hiding cash somewhere. Okay, then bank accounts, brokerage accounts. Any other assets? Was there life insurance that was payable to the estate? Anything that's payable directly to a person that's life insurance is not listed. But if someone had bank accounts or investment accounts that were payable to a person upon death, those are included. Then we, if it's where there's a tax due, then we put in detail what the estate expenses were. That reduces the amount of the tax. So some examples of that are: what's the funeral expenses? What did you pay to the surrogate? What was paid to the attorney? What other funeral or estate-related expenses there are, and that reduces it. Then we have to list who's inheriting under the will. If there's no will, who gets it under the the laws dealing with who gets assets when someone passes away. If there's a charity, the Attorney General has to be put on notice. We have to send in the inheritance tax return to Trenton together with a copy of the will, and I usually if there's some specifics, sometimes we have to include the death certificate or receipts, things like that. But most importantly, we got to also include a copy of the last federal income tax, because if there's tax due, the people in Trenton and the tax bureau, they look at the income tax return, because if they see there's interest or dividends, etc., they'll say, hey, what happened to this asset? But if assets are going to a charity, there's no inheritance tax. If it's going to brothers or sisters, the first $25,000 is tax-free. After that, it's taxed at 11%. But if any other people are inheriting, it's taxed at 11%. For more information on New Jersey inheritance tax, visit website njlaws.com. And for representation in probate matters, administration of estates, contact Ken Vercammen's office in Edison at 732-572-0500. Thank you for listening. Have a great week.